Welcome to a new episode of Rich and Raw. Get ready for powerful insights and real strategies to elevate your wealth and impact fast. It's time to get Esther-sized. Let's go.
Okay. Good
Morning.
reading. Good morning. How you doing from Mexico?
All right.
Megan and I are diligently getting through this book, Science Getting Rich. We're on chapter 8. So welcome back. Let's rock and roll.
Thinking in a certain way. Turn back to chapter 6 and read again the story of the man who formed a mental image of his house, and you will get a fair idea of the initial step toward getting rich. You must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it, and many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves only a vague and misty concept of the things they want to do or have or to become. It is not enough that you should have a general desire for wealth to do good with. Everybody has that desire. It is not enough that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more, etc. Everybody has those desires also. If you were going to send a wireless message to a friend, you would not send the letters of the alphabet in their order and let him construct the message for himself. Nor would you take words at random from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence, one which meant something. When you try to impress your wants upon substance, remember that it must be done by a coherent statement. You must know what you want and be definite. You can never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending out unformed longings and vague desires.
That's why the one thing you hear over and over again with everybody is, what are the containers you want your money to flow through or into, right?
What's the form for your substance?
Yeah, be specific. Write it down.
Go over your desires just as the man I have described went over his house. See just what you want and get a clear mental picture of it as you wish it to look when you get it. That clear mental picture you must have continually in mind as the sailor has in mind the port toward which he is sailing the ship.
Mm-hmm.
You must keep your face toward it all the time. You must no more lose sight of it than the steersman lose sight of the compass. It is not necessary to take exercises in concentration, nor to set apart special times for prayer and affirmation, nor to go into the silence, nor to do occult stunts of any kind. Their things are well enough, but all you need is to know what you want and to want it badly enough so that it will stay in your thoughts. Spend as much of your leisure time as you can in contemplating your picture, but no one needs to take exercises to concentrate his mind on a thing which he really wants. It is the things you do not really care about which require effort to fix your attention upon them.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true, right?
It's true.
Like let's use a rug that I wanted, for example. I knew in my head exactly what I wanted. We were shopping in Mexico. I knew I wanted it to be cream, right? I saw that rug. It had everything I wanted. I visualized it. I was able to find it again. Boom. Simple little thing. Wasn't random.
And you fixed your attention on it for 3 days.
Yeah, I didn't stop talking about it and I didn't stop thinking about it. So, even if you feel bad about getting something you don't really need, which a rug is a good example, it's good practice, right? And it also gives you the experience. And I think about that with raising kids. You know how we're like naturally very excited? I want when we're little. Those are practices for us to get good at it. And what do we do as parents? Can't have it. Can't have it.
Well, and there's this idea that as you mature and you get older, you're supposed to curb that. But
Yeah.
I think it's really more about you have to direct it and focus it. It's not helpful to have it be this impulse all the time, 24/7, but to structure and form and funnel and channel it the way he's saying. That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Being creative and being attached to what you create is two separate things.
And unless you really want to get rich so that the desire is strong enough to hold your thoughts directed to the purpose, as the magnetic pole holds the needle of the compass, it will hardly be worthwhile for you to try to carry out the instructions given in this book.
Wow. Say that again.
I'm going to back up.
Yeah.
Spend as much of your leisure time as you can in contemplating your picture, but no one needs to take exercises to concentrate his mind on a thing which he really wants. It is the things you do not really care about which require effort to fix your attention upon them. And unless you really want to get rich, so that the desire is strong enough to hold your thoughts directed to the purpose as the magnetic pole holds the needle of the compass, it will hardly be worthwhile for you to try to carry out the instructions given in this book.
Don't even bother. I love that.
The methods herein set forth are for people whose desire for riches is strong enough to overcome mental laziness and the love of ease and make them work.
Are you in for that, Megan?
Mhm.
I am. Make a list of everything that you have as a problem and cross off all the ones that can be fixed with money.
I love that he's focusing your attention on the carrot, not the stick. Like, yeah, you have to work. Don't be lazy. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no. What do you want? Because if you want that enough, why would you want to continue to be lazy?
Yeah. And a lot of the confusion is thinking that we should work so hard for something we actually don't want. If you want it, it's not hard to think about it. It's not hard to do it either. You want to do it. Like you look at all the athletes, you watch any of those motivational movies, they all say the same thing. The process is what they like. They like what they've become. The most
process.
recent one that I listened to that Mike sent me, I absolutely love. I think of his last name. He sends out those motivational things, him and Linda. Anyway, it was all about that. He said, everybody says they want a purpose. They want a purpose. Well, you are the purpose. Like, what if the purpose is you evolving you and discovering who you want to be and becoming who you want to become? Like
You have to value yourself for that to be part of your psyche.
Yep. And we're all learning to do that. We're not born valuing ourselves.
No. The more clear and definite you make your picture then, and the more you dwell upon it, bringing out all its delightful details, the stronger your desire will be, and the stronger your desire, the easier it will be to hold your mind fixed upon the picture of what you want. Something more is necessary, however, than merely to see the picture clearly. If that is all you do, you are only a dreamer and will have little or no power for accomplishment. Behind your clear vision must be the purpose to realize it, to bring it out into tangible expression. And behind this purpose must be an invincible and unwavering faith that the thing is already yours, that it is at hand, and you have only to take possession of it.
Oh, don't you love that? Because
Live in a new house.
If you wouldn't imagined it, it wouldn't have been what's perfect for you.
Live in the new house mentally until it takes form around you physically. In the mental realm, enter at once into full enjoyment of the things you want. Whatsoever things ye ask for when ye pray, believe that ye receive them and ye shall have them, said Jesus. That's cool.
That's super cool.
See the things you want as if they were actually around you all the time. See yourself as owning and using them. Make use of them in imagination just as you will use them when they are your tangible possessions. Dwell upon your mental picture until it is clear and distinct, and then take the mental attitude of ownership toward everything in that picture. Take possession of it in mind in the full faith that it is actually yours. Hold to this mental ownership. Do not waver for an instant in the faith that it is real.
Amazing. That takes focus and discipline too. Right? Think about it. It's so interesting how the things that we want actually take more effort than I thought they ever should. You know?
And if you knew how much effort, would you still want it? Or do you just focus on what you want and just be like, well, this is the path I'm on?
Well, I think part of what we figure out is that it's all effort anyway. So you might as well do what it is you like. Right? It's not like you can get out of effort. Every morning you get up, you have to deal with being in your body. It's work. So why work on something you don't like?
Yeah, why work at being depressed and commiserating over all the things that are not the way you want it? Why not focus your attention more purposefully and figure out what you do want if it's not what you are right now, where you are right now?
I'm really learning that in the Dreamweaver group too, Megan. It's unbelievable how much I hadn't recognized that I don't focus on my dreams. we focus on the things that we don't like that are in the way of our dreams and trying to get rid of them. So then we keep creating more of what we need to get rid of instead of really focusing on the thing that we want to create and knowing that those obstacles are going to be there no matter what you do. You're in this big, shit show of a universe, all this stuff. You got all these other people throwing stuff at you with their own dreams and problems and stuff. That's just going to be there. So you just like really mental focus is it.
And remember what was said in the preceding chapter about gratitude. Be as thankful for it all the time as you expect to be when it has taken form. The man who can sincerely thank God for the things which as yet he owns only in imagination has real faith. He will get rich. He will cause the creation of whatsoever he wants.
Wow. Is that a good place to stop?
We've got a page and a half left to it. Well, front and back and another half. But that's a lot right there.
It's a lot. Let's
All right.
stop there. That's
Okay.
beautiful. All right. I'll see you on the plane.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Rich and Raw. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated.